It's not often fans get a glimpse of such a big tour like this. Why did you decide to have this rehearsal today?
Just to give them a little insight into some of the songs we're going to do, and yeah, and also probably for us too to get a feel of having, you know, actual humans in here. Sorry, road crew. I mean, just, you know, having an audience in here helps us as well.
Keith, how is it, when you look at the recording versus Keith the performer, which one has evolved the greatest from the time you started listening to your records and what you've done and this one to the time you went on stage with the Ranch probably and evolved to today? I think you're louder.
Louder, yeah,
louder.
yeah, sorry about that. What? I mean, hopefully it's all a constant evolution. All of it, the songwriting and the record making and the live performing. I know this record, when I was making this record, I was thinking about translating it into a live situation, which is what really drove having Nathan Barlow, our new cat, come on board. And hopefully we've created a band that can replicate everything of this record in a way that's true to the record, but also very spontaneous in a live setting. So if we want to extend songs out, we can do it on the fly. Everything's very fluid, you know.
You worked with a few new producers this time around on this record. What do you feel like you've learned most about yourself as an artist through the process of making this album?
That I have a lot of, that my dad's had an incredible influence on me. And I think that's become more and more apparent to me, asking my dad how much of an influence he's had on the things I gravitate towards, the way I create. I didn't realize how strong the rhythmic influence and DNA that I've inherited from him has always been there in my music. But it became very, very apparent in making this record, and some of the people I was reaching out to were very much that kind of coming from that place, you know, Jeff Baskers and Dan Huff's is a phenomenal player, and Nile Rodgers and people like that. So it's a very, very rhythmic, rhythm-driven, you know, record in so many ways.
I wonder if you've rehearsed with Maren and Brett and how you're working them into your set.
Yeah, Maren's going to do We Were Us every night with us. And Brett, we're going to put him on a song as well. So I wanted to make sure they could come out and be a part of our show as well. I love that. I love being able to bring out our opening acts to, you know, do a song with us.
You keep someone searching for influences when you're creating a new album. Do you have a similar process for creating a new show?
I mean, for me, it's this record particularly drove a lot of probably the feel that I wanted for the tour. Cinematic quality, visual, and I worked with Roy Bennett again on our production design. This is the second tour Roy and I've done together. I actually gave Roy a bunch of still photos I took from Dr. Strangelove, strangely enough, because I've always loved Stanley Kubrick's lighting, and sort of there was a feeling about that lighting that I wanted to sort of capture in our stage, that I didn't want the stage to give any sense of what the music should be that goes with that. To sort of be a little more cinematic and neutral, to give us the canvas we need to do a whole lot of things, because we're trying to pull in old songs, we've got new songs, and we're trying to find a way in which they all come together with commonality, and hopefully we've done that. And we'll keep learning how to do that better on this tour, but I think the set is it's a big part of it. I think the set is a big part of making that come together as well.
When you have 36 top 10s, how do you decide which ones to do, and how do you change? Do you change them?
Yeah, we're going to flip a few things in and out depending on the night, because a lot of people come to multiple shows as well. I get feedback. I just sort of hear, you hear rumblings of songs people want to hear. People in the Ville talk about songs they have missed and would want to hear back again. And I ask various people and get some sort of thoughts on what songs might be good to bring back in. we were doing a song here the other day, and I sort of felt like it was okay, and then one of the guys in the band suggested the song Everybody, which we haven't played in concert in years, and so we tried it out and it felt right. So everything's very sort of organic right now. I'm trying to represent older songs. They don't necessarily have to be hitsy.
Keith, you talked about Nathan a little bit. Did you find him intentionally to bring that kind of a sound to the show? Or is that something that kind of happened and you worked it into the show?
Middle of last year, as I was making ripCORD, even though I was a long way off finishing, I could tell that I was going to need a new guy in the band, but it wasn't a role that I could put a title to. And I said to my musical director, Jerry Flowers, I said, we need this other person in the band. It's not a DJ, it's not a keyboard player, it's not a percussionist, it's not a utility guy, but it's somehow all of those things wrapped up in one new role. So could we find somebody like that? And someone said, oh, it's like a programmer. I said, no, it's not a programmer either, because everything is being done on the fly. Everything can happen in real time. It can be shortened, lengthened, everything can be done in real time. And he suggested Nathan, and so we brought Nathan in, and Nathan then started to create that thing that he calls the Phantom, which was the perfect non-descriptive instrument to do all the things I wanted to be able to do. So ripCORD, I found, has had a lot of organic energy flow of things that I've just sort of acted on, without thinking too much about it.
Can you talk about the newer versions of the previous hits that you did today with the black top and it's a little bit different right now, and how did you come up with the newer versions of the old hits?
I wanted to put Blacktop back in the show, but sort of there's rhythmic elements inherent in those songs that are absolutely in line with a lot of the rhythmic grooves that are in these new songs. They're just not balanced the same way. So you take a song like Blacktop, really, which sort of has a really strong tribal driving groove under it. It just wasn't recorded that way, but it exists. So it was just a case of sort of adjusting the balance of everything and recognizing that tribal groove is in that song. And then I had the idea to do the Ralph Stanley piece as well. So we got in there and worked on that and put it all together.
So you had mentioned before, you talked about Brett and Mary going over. Carrie's going to be with you in Australia. Obviously, you have the duet with her. How excited are you to be bringing that to your home country?
Oh, it's going to be vast, yeah. It's fantastic.
How did it come about? Did she reach out to you? Did you reach out to her?
Well, we wrote the fighter, and then we reached out to Carrie to come sing it with me. Because it was really her voice that I kind of wanted. And shortly thereafter, there was some discussion about us going to Australia, and her team had talked about going to Australia too, so we just figured out a way to all be there at the same time.
So it just kind of happened organically.
Yeah, and it was fortuitous because I think that was going to happen whether we ended up with this song or not. We just ended up having the song as well.
During the making of ripCORD, outside of the singles that you've already had out on radio, were there certain songs that you, as you were making them, you thought this has to be a part of the new tour, as you were thinking ahead and being like, this would be a great addition to the set list?
I lean into the buoyant songs when it comes to playing live, predominantly, particularly when playing the sheds in summer. And I always think of Buddy Up on the Lawn, and songs like, certainly a song like Gone Tomorrow. When we wrote that song, I not only felt like immediately that had to be the first song on the record, but I also wanted to open the show with that song. And the other ones that are obviously Sun Don't Let Me Down and Wasted Time, Jump Who, Jump Big, Jump 316. There's a lot of fighter, isn't it? A huge amount of buoyant summer songs that were just built right for this kind of environment. So that's probably why I've looked forward to this tour so much, is I can't wait to get these songs out in front of a live audience. We've never had this much buoyant, summery kind of jubilant, groovy music to play before. I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
The kickoff of the tour is about a week off. What are some final preparations you're making, maybe even personally, before you dedicate your life to the road, life on the road?
Just knowing how to do it all. You know, like, I gotta put it all together. I mean, at the end of the day, we will this will all be set and structured, but there's nothing like being out in front of an audience to start massaging it into an even bigger sort of place. I'm stumbling for adjectives right now, but there's no substitute for getting out the road and starting playing. But this set list, though, I've never been as excited about this particular set list taking out on the road this summer. So hopefully everyone's feels the same.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time,
Thank
everybody.
you all.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it.